Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make not only coconut milk, but your own vegan butter, but more like margarine, but still amazing, tasty, delicious, tastes just like the real stuff on bread, delicious, and it's literally 2 ingredients. Let's do it. First, you're going to need some organic coconut milk, full fat. I prefer this kind, Jiva Organics coconut milk. It's BPA free lined, and it says premium 18% fat, and there's no gargun in it. So it's, I think, probably one of the best brands of coconut milk. Got this on Amazon. Might leave the link below. So we are gonna use 2 of these guys, one to make just regular everyday milk and another one for coffee cream. The difference is gonna be how much water I use for the milk versus the coffee cream. You kind of have to use less water to get a more creamier consistency. I think that's pretty obvious. Did you guys know that the MCTs in coconut oil may help to reduce belly fat and help promote the feeling of fullness, as well as increase energy levels, fight bacterial infections, protect your heart, and help reduce the signs and symptoms of neurological disorders like ADHD, dementia, and Alzheimer's? With my jug, I'm gonna open it up. It's pretty warm in my house, so it's probably gonna just plop right in. Yeah, see? If it was any colder, this would be a lot more solid, and you might have to stick the can into a boiling pot of hot water for a few seconds just to loosen it up. Okay, so now that we've got that in, we're gonna get some water. And I'm just gonna fill it up. So I've filled it up pretty much to about here, and now there's just a lot of foam reaching the top. So we're gonna stir this. I'm using this metal spoon with these holes in it. Kind of makes it a little bit easier, I've noticed. I've been using this a lot to make this. Like, it really does actually kind of help break up the thick chunks, because there are some thick chunks. Until you start stirring it up, and you have to stir quite vigorously for about a minute or so until all those chunks break up. And this spoon with the holes in the center helps a lot with that to kind of help it pass through. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but if you have a regular spoon, I'm sure that will work just as well. Just stir the thing, stir it. And you don't have to use as much water as I did. I just, I want it to last more than like a day. We're a family of 7. Yeah, so that's about... Say you already made this homemade butter, but you've run out of your milk and you just want a thicker coconut milk. All you have to do is just add water and stir like I've done up until this point. Don't blend, just add water to a mason, stir, and you're done. You have a thicker coconut milk, and there's no need to blend. And now I'm gonna do the same for the other one, which is gonna be for cream, like I said. Oh, this one's a lot more solid. This one I might need a spoon for. Let's see. And try not to spill any. And after I put the coconut milk in, it's up to here. So I'm probably gonna fill it up to about here. Okay, so I filled it up to here. Now, I'm just gonna see what I can do with a fork. are going to be blending these, so I'm going to take these over to the blender. All right, now I'm just going to, here goes the milk. Exactly 6 cups. I'm not going to put anything in this, just going to do it just like this. If you are wondering why we had to stir the milk before blending it, if we were going to blend it, is because there's a science behind it. I've tried doing it both ways. It just works better if you stir it first and then blend it. So I have a bowl here and just a regular mesh bag for your laundry garments, literally. And now I'm going to pour the milk in here into the mesh bag, and you'll see what happens. Make sure you pour it all directly in. Make sure you don't miss any or get any of that delicious coconut cream that we're going to be using in the actual milk. Okay, so I've collected it here. You do not want to squeeze this beautiful coconut cream, which we're going to turn into butter, margarine, whatever, too much, because then it will just smush out of the bag and then you'll ruin it and then you'll just have a smushy mess. You need to be able to still pick it up and move it so you can transfer it from in here to a container, which I'm going to show you in a second. So we're just going to flip it inside out, just like this, and just like scrape off. I think I squeezed a little too hard, but that's okay. And this is string from the mesh bag. That's okay. I wash them in the washing machine. So yeah, basically just try to scrape as much off. Usually it comes out a lot easier if you don't squeeze too hard to try to, you know, you really shouldn't squeeze anyways, actually. You don't need to squeeze because it basically, once the milk falls through, you're left with this and there's nothing more to squeeze out. So you don't need to squeeze. Sorry I even said that. Anyways, this is probably as much as I'm going to be able to get out, but there's going to be a little bit more in your blender. So I don't know if you can see that. It's pouring all over the counter, but there's a little bit more in there that I'm going to scrape out. Okay, try not to get the liquid. I'm literally pouring it onto the counter. Great. Try not to get the liquid, but this foamy goodness, that's what you want. So just spend a few minutes. I know it's kind of tedious. I always hate doing this whenever I make a sauce or whatever, and I want to make sure I get every last bit so I'm not wasting it or whatever it is I'm making. Pancake batter especially is very tedious, but this is just really foamy and like comes right off, so it's really easy to scrape off. Actually, it's not tedious at all. Okay, so that's pretty much all I was able to get out of that batch. Pretty decent amount. Do not mind my nails, people, please. I know I need a manicure. All right, and so now I'm gonna blend the other milk. Whoa, this one had a lot more. See all of that? Haven't even strained it out yet. So after you have your coconut cream in your container, you're gonna wanna add some salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt. And I'm putting, I think for this amount, I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon. I feel like that's gonna be a little too much. Maybe half a tablespoon. I'm gonna mix it up like this. Hi, this is future me again. The correct amount of salt for 2 cans of coconut milk cream margarine is 1 teaspoon. Add more after you taste to your liking. Give it a little taste. Half a tablespoon. A tablespoon would have been way too much. So half a tablespoon. I think 2 cans made a pretty decent amount. We'll have this for maybe a week. Yeah. Now you have cheap, homemade, vegan, cholesterol-free, literally 2 or 3 ingredients if you count water and like the whole blending mixing process. Now that it's made, I'm just gonna pop it into the fridge for about half an hour just to solidify it a little bit more. And then I'm gonna leave it on the counter and it's not ever gonna get back to this runny consistency. It'll be solidified enough to be able to spread just like margarine. Did it. Finally made my own margarine. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Made ourselves 2 pitchers of milk for cereal, coffee, whatever you desire, and some butter while we were at it. So that is how you make cheap, easy, vegan coconut milk and butter in under 5 minutes. I hope you guys try these methods on how to stretch your coconut milk from a can and how to make your own vegan butter from a can. If you do, come back and write down in the comments that you tried it. Let me know. I'd love to hear. And if you already do this and there's a way to make it even better, let me know. I know you can add vanilla and sweetener, date syrup, dates, maple syrup, whatever sweetener you want to these milks. I just chose not to because I like the taste plain, but you could definitely do that. I might add some vanilla every now and again, and it's absolutely delicious in cereal, tea, coffee, whatever you want it for. I forgot to mention that the milk does not separate. And this butter is delicious on toast. I'll show you the grilled cheeses we made the other day and how they turned out. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you in the next one. So first you're gonna need some